Hey, what's going on, Vikings fans? Dev here, and welcome back to the After Hours. Oh my gosh, guys, what a game one. I cannot even believe what just happened. The Vikings started that game like they just pissed their pants. Seriously, we were playing horribly. The defense was giving up everything. The offense could just not get started. Man, I was really starting to lose hope. But I didn't do what most people do, guys. I did not turn off the TV and go to bed. I sat and I suffered, and I'm so glad that I did, guys. The Vikings pulled it out in the end. I am honestly on cloud nine right now. So yeah, I'm so happy. We took down the Bears week one, and gosh, I knew that they took a step forward in their play calling, but I did not expect this. They looked really good under Ben Johnson. The guy's a stud. Caleb was looking good. And they were just walking all over us for the first half of that game. First 3/4 of that game, really. But the defense kept answering, guys. They would score on us, and the defense just kept clapping back. They never gave up, and they got us right back in the game. So I expect Colton will also put a video up tonight for our winners and losers, and you guys should definitely check that out. But I just wanted to get on here and give my thoughts about today's game, the season opener against the Bears, and how I think it went down. So like I said before, guys, that first half was just horrible. I was like crying into a pillow for the first half of this football game, legit. A couple things that I wanted to talk about that were driving me nuts is the play clock situation, guys. We could not get the ball out on time, guys, and it was making me scream at my TV. Legit, my girlfriend had to yell at me. Finally, towards the end of the game, guys, it looks like we got our poop in a group, and we were getting the ball out on time. And once JJ settled in, it was all good. But gosh, guys, the first half of that game was just torture. So I did talk up the defense a little bit, and I do think that they did a really good job, especially towards the end. But starting off was also a little bit slow on that side of the ball too, guys. We were giving up a lot of easy stuff. And, you know, the Bears just kept getting all these penalties, and we never capitalized. It's like, oh my gosh, if we could just start getting some big plays after all of these penalties that the Bears are getting, it would have been a different story for sure. But there was so many times, guys, when I was watching the defense play in the first half, where it seemed like 3 people at a time were either touching Caleb Williams or touching the runner, Swift, and nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. You know, it just seems like the urgency was not there for us on the defensive side, at least in the first quarter, for sure. And I don't know, guys, maybe it's just this new look Chicago Bears is better than I expected. But I was really hoping that we would start off a little bit stronger, at least on that side of the ball. I was questionable about our offense, but I was really kind of confident in our defense, so it was kind of sad to see, and it did almost make me lose hope. But yes, you know, I kept telling people online, I kept telling myself especially, you know, JJ's just got to settle in. Once he settles in, he can start putting some plays together, and we will get back on top. But gosh, I mean, that big lead was just staring me down, man. So I'm very happy, guys, that we got it together and we started playing to our full potential, because there were also a lot of highlights from today's game, guys. Before we go into what I'm excited about our team, guys, I do just want to say a tip of the hat to the Chicago Bears. You guys were a great team. I definitely thought that you guys were going to beat us, and you deserved to, until we actually started playing football. But yeah, this new look Chicago Bears under Ben Johnson is a really good team, and I expect a lot from them this season. That being said, though, I do feel like we're going to be a little bit more prepared for the second game when we see them again. So if you're watching this, guys, and you are a Bears fan, great game, guys. Great game. You guys are a really good team this year. I'm excited to see what comes from you guys, especially Caleb Williams. He had a lot of huge plays tonight. He's definitely a high caliber player. You guys should be really proud of your boys. So a couple things that I'm very excited about watching this game, guys. Obviously, number one is JJ McCarthy. Once he settled in, he was looking really good. You know, that touchdown pass to JJ was a really great thrown ball. Obviously, that rushing touchdown that he had towards the end was sick, taking out TJ Hawkinson, who was doing a great job blocking ahead of him, and took out him and the defender for the touchdown. I think it was like a 15 or something like that, 10 or 15 yard run, I think. And he just trucked it right in for the touchdown, guys. It was so sick to see, especially after that slow first half. Another thing that I'm really excited about, guys, like I said, the defense. Once they started playing up to their potential, they were game changers, guys. A standout performance that I was kind of surprised by was Eric Wilson. Kind of a guy who has been around for a while, not quite a vet, but a guy who has definitely paid his dues. He was a Viking a time before, I forget exactly the years, but now he's back and he is playing great as a replacement for Blake Cashman, who went down with an injury. We don't know anything about that yet. There's no details out yet on Blake's injury. I hope it's not that serious. Hopefully it's just like it looked like a knee thing. And he was limping a little bit, but he didn't seem like he spent a lot of time in the tent, and he was basically walking up and down the sidelines for the whole second half of the game, cheering on his guys, coaching the defense, stuff like that. So hopefully Blake Cashman is okay, but a standout performance from Eric Wilson. So glad to have this dude back. He was everywhere on defense. You saw him block the kick as well. Super sick game from Eric Wilson. Welcome back, bro. Also, Jordan Mason. What a stud. I was so mad at our run game at the start there. Pretty much every time they gave the ball to Aaron Jones, I was huffing and puffing on the couch. I just kept saying, stop giving the ball to him, get Jordan Mason the ball. And then we started to give him the ball and things started happening. And I do love Aaron Jones, guys. He's a great player. I'm super happy that he's a Minnesota Viking, but gosh, it just seems like sometimes he starts so slow, and especially tonight. So hopefully we'll be working him a little bit more, giving him a lot more touches in game time moments. I'm not necessarily saying that we should work him to death, but hopefully we can see a lot more production from Jordan Mason. The line looks pretty good. The offensive line looked pretty good. I expected a little bit more tenacity from our defensive line. That being said, Hargrave got in there for that sack. They were looking really good towards the end of the game, but gosh, we just need to figure it out here going early. And I think we will. I think there's a lot of jitters, this being week 1, this being JJ's first game, especially from him. Like I said before, guys, in my preview and my prediction for this game, I thought he was going to start slow. I didn't think it was going to be pick 6 slow, but we'll take it, and then we'll take the dub. Going into our next games here, if the other team is getting a lot of penalties, guys, we need to capitalize on it. If we are getting a 3rd and long situation with a penalty, we need to end it the next play. Seriously, for real. Maybe like I said, maybe that's just the Ben Johnson magic. Maybe that's the Caleb Williams voodoo. But hats off to those guys. They're looking real sharp. I'd like to see a little bit more from TJ Hawkinson. The defense was kind of suffocating tonight. They played a really good game. So I'd like to see a little bit more production from Hawk in the next game. But now with JJ a little bit more comfortable, he's been hit. He threw the pick 6. The first game is in the books. Hopefully he can just chill out and play his football. Super cool to see the fire in that kid. You saw him just, I don't want to say screaming, but you saw him just like telling everybody where to go when they needed to. When the ball wasn't coming out on time, you saw JJ right on top of it the whole time. So even though that we got those penalties, guys, it is cool to see that JJ was clapping his hands, screaming at Ryan Kelly to snap the ball. I don't know what was going on with him tonight. Maybe he just couldn't hear over the fans. Obviously a giant stadium with a lot of very excited Bears fans. But yeah, that's definitely something that he's got to work on for sure. Other than that, I don't really have too many other things to say about the offensive line. They looked pretty good. There are times where they're letting easy things through, and we definitely need to be picking that up. But I think that, like I said, that's just game 1 jitter stuff. So yes, guys, that is all I've got for you. That is my opinion on the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. Started off horrible, but thank God, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, thank God we pulled that one off. On to week 2. We're going to forget about the way we started that game. Shouts out to the Chicago Bears. You guys have improved a lot. You have taken a huge step forward, and I'm excited to see what you guys do against any other team that is not the Minnesota Vikings. So that's it tonight for the After Hours, guys. I'm going to go to bed and sleep deep after the stress that I just endured. No, I'm just kidding. But super excited to have football back, guys. Super excited to be watching the Vikings on prime time Monday night. And super excited that we pulled out the dub. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been the After Hours. I have been Dev. Hello from Minnesota. And it looks like we'll just have to see you in the next one. Peace out.